Welcome to the channel. Let's talk about the state that Warframe is in 2024. After those changes from last week. Right now, I believe, it's my opinion, but I believe Warframe is in a decent spot as they're working towards Warframe 1999. The Dante experience has been 50-50. They released the frame. He was a bit overpowered. I'm not gonna lie. After playing with him for a while, pre-nerf state, the no line of sight on that radius was too much. It's really hard to describe when you're playing him if you haven't played him yet. 2 casts you get 50,000 overguard, and you can just spam his 334 over and over and over again, no line of sight checks, and just clear rooms for a while in Steel Path if you want, and dealing with all the murmur stuff. I know when DE dropped Deep Archimedia, this is why they went so nerf heavy in the first place, is he was just dominating everything. Right now, you can, even with the revert changes that they did, he's better than how they nerfed him. And they're going to change him some more this week, so he's probably going to get a little bit more powerful. You can just cheese the whole mission, the elite version, not base Deep Archimedia. Just have, if you want to bypass the very last reward of the 50 phosphor, just use Dante and all the other RNG requirements and handicaps, and just, you don't even need weapons. You could just spam everything. Just slap Nourish on his 1 and Energy Nexus, and you are good to go. So just be mindful of the drain when you're around enemies. You could just run away, so you're not within the meter differential of the punishment, and then just recharge your energy. But energy shouldn't be too much of a hassle, with a frame like that. Or you could do it the way that a lot of players are doing it right now, where one person handicaps themselves with everything, the other person brings a full kit, preferably with Dante. They just keep everyone alive, and then you finish the 3 missions, and then you take everything that's RNG, and your squad mate switches to a full kit. And you just need to do 2 runs for the week in Elite to max your whole rewards. I think that's a bad way to go about these missions. Honestly, I think that DE needs to put more time and effort into their supposed endgame content that we've been getting lately. They've been relying too much on RNG type scenarios instead of actually taking into consideration balancing enemies and boss types. A lot of people have said that the 60i boss fight, from the new Syndicate, is actually one of the better bosses that we have in the game. Might be the best boss in the game. I thought it was a fun challenge to do. You don't really see that many people flying around with the hand Samdali on their ships. So I'm going to assume that not a lot of people have completed that by themselves. And it's a nice gear check mission, I don't like, in Warframe especially, since this is a power fantasy game that we all love to play, to be pigeonholed into bringing very specific certain builds into these type of quote unquote end game scenario missions to complete them. Because one, as I'm speaking as a all maxed player, L4 player with everything maxed in the game. I have all the weapons, all the frames, everything. Everything is all. I have no more MR to gain until the next update. But most of these RNG weapon loadouts that they want to give, I've probably deleted some of them, just because I'm not going to keep MR fodder in my inventory. I have more than enough slots and platinum to buy everything. And I think this is what their mindset is that they want you to waste platinum to keep everything in your inventory, to spend more platinum or grind more forma to max out every single garbage weapon that they have, just to be viable for this content, which I don't like personally. I don't think this is a good way of going about the game. And when Duviri dropped initially, I hated it. I hate playing roguelite things. I play Warframe for the power fantasy of me having my loadouts on and how I want to control how I'm playing. Yeah, a lot of people are going to say, well, JHJ, you don't need to play this content. You don't have to do it every week. After cross save, I still haven't unlocked Cal again, because I merged my account with my PlayStation account, and that one had a few things that were left locked. And I'm not going to unlock Cal missions. I'm just going to leave that as is. I don't need anything from it. Now that they removed the shard every week and put it in the new syndicate, there's absolutely no need for me to play that nonsense. I don't know. I don't want the game to keep going on like this with certain endgame like missions where the only challenge brought to the player is RNG. I do like some parts of Deep Archimedia. The challenge is okay. But overall, it hasn't been a good experience yet. Some of the other content islands, we don't play that much. I play Railjack from time to time just because I don't need any holo keys anymore. I don't particularly like just doing the slog of it. Duviri I haven't touched in 2-3 months. Unless I want to finish my Incarnons. Literally, I only have like a handful of them to get. The very last ones, like 3 or 4 more. Once I'm done with that, there's no point for me to go play that. I do like the world building. And the overall aspect of it, I like. It's crazy. I like being in Duviri. I like the spirals. I just don't like the gameplay. And the movement. Oh my god, the drifter movement in Duviri is horrible until you build up your decrees. That's another thing I don't like about the call missions. I'm playing Warframe primarily because I love the movement. The gunplay is there's better games for gunplay. There's better games for melee. But the real reason, we play missions in Warframe, for most of us, is the movement is amazing. So, I don't know. Other than that, I really don't have any other qualms about the game. I still like the main loop. I still like doing... It's crazy, I still like doing a daily sortie here and there, and Steel Essence missions. That's fine, you know. But some of these other things, DE needs to... They should work on it a little bit, you know. I think for Deep Archimedia especially, instead of 3 choices for frames weapons, they should give us 5. I think 5 would be better. But or I think someone else mentioned either on the forums or on Reddit, if they give us like 2 or 3 extra requirements or punishments, or whatever you want to call them, so that way we can pick and choose which ones we want to slot, and that way we can still max out everything each week, and you know, not have to, you know, play without your operator. I know a lot of people like playing with your operator and your focus schools that you've maxed out. That is part of the Warframe experience, you know. If DE doesn't want that in the game, they shouldn't have put it in the first place. So let us use everything. You're just handicapping us to make the game feel more challenging, but it's not really more challenging. It's just a bad way of going about playing missions when you put up, you know, these RNG handicaps for us. Oh well, that's enough of my ranting right now for what I have to say. I'm looking forward to the next frame. Hopefully they don't go crazy nerf. I'm pretty sure because of Dante, they're going to tone back the abilities of this next frame, so we might see another Corvex. I don't even know what to say about that frame. I mean, hardly anyone is using him, and Radiation is just at a bad place right now, you know. At least DE can go back and look at these elements and fine-tune them some more. I don't even want to get into the slash meta, so that's probably one of the reasons why they went so nerf heavy with Dante. Anyway, I'm about to end this, so if you want, you could leave some thoughts below, and I'll try to pump out some more content shortly. Thanks a lot. Subscribe and like, you know, all that jazz. I need some more subscribers.